Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips here now live on my channel. Yeah, sorry I'm a little later than I thought. I was trying to be on here by by 11:15, 11:30, but ended up getting back a little bit later tonight. I always do these after I get back from the walk, walking around the neighborhood. And it ended up being, and I don't know why, normally it's like a little over 10 miles, and I have no idea why today. It was like a little over like 11.6 miles, and I don't think I did anything different. But I never know if the iPhone always like captures the steps as good. You know what I mean? So I never know if like you can trust that because sometimes it shows like so my mom has a Fitbit and her thing so like sometimes shows like a totally different number, like more so. She's like, "Oh, it says we did 13 miles," and stuff. So I never can figure it out. Especially when we go to Disney, my one always would like say like 10 something miles, and hers would always be like way more. So you never know if the iPhone is really capturing that correctly. But we'll start going through here, guys, and answering your questions or anything like that. So feel free, guys, to ask anything you guys would like. Someone says, "Did you see Scream Factor December release?" I don't know what was the December release. I don't know for sure. I don't remember seeing a new one. I know I saw They Live. I saw that one from them, and they were also asking about the Vinegar Syndrome's new announcements. I did hear about the Vinegar Syndrome's October titles. What was the so Killing Birds? Those were ones that are coming out this month, but October they announced Cemetery of Terror. So I don't know that one. I actually don't know a lot of the ones that are up for this one because there's a bunch of ones like Rest in Pieces that are coming out, which I don't think I've ever seen that one. It was from a movie from '87. I definitely have never seen that one. So it's definitely a cool batch of titles because I have not really seen any of these ones, I don't think. I think the only one I saw was Dial Code Santa Claus. I know I have like a German release of that one or something like that, but other than that, I don't know any of them. I know this month, though, Memorial Valley Massacre is coming out from Vinegar Syndrome. That was one I always liked that movie. So let's see here. Um, did you watch Mutant Alien and the Defiant Child? Mutant Alien? I think I've heard of that. I don't think I've seen that one. Hey Sean, how are you doing? No, I'm doing good. Everything's been going well with me. Thoughts on the big comfy couch? That was a little bit like past my time. I wasn't like that. When did that show start? I was probably like 10 maybe or something like that. Let me look when that started. Big comfy couch. I know I didn't really watch it. Like it was more like my brother's um, kind of show. No, it started in 1992, so I don't know why I watched it. I wasn't 10. I was only so like 6 or something like that, or 7, 6 or 7 when that started. So I don't know why I never really watched it. I think I might have. I don't know. I always seem kind of babyish or something to me for some reason. So I never really watched that. Let's see. What's your review of Body Bags? The anthology horror movie. That's like one of my favorite anthology films. That's like a great movie. I love the. I think my favorite segment in that is the gas station segment with Robert Carradine. Like that's probably my favorite one in there. Did you see The Babysitter 2 yet? No, I have not watched that yet. I definitely will watch it though because I really like the first one. Did you see the trailer for Hubby Halloween? I did. The Adam Sandler's like Halloween movie for Netflix. I think it looks fun. I mean, like and he definitely got back a lot of people in that one. Like and it's more like one of the ones that's kind of like Grown Ups where it has like a huge cast because some of his ones are smaller kind of in scale of like the cast amount and everything in them. This is definitely much more of like a grown-ups one where it's just a huge group of people in it and lots of cameos and stuff like that. Thoughts on the TV show Banana in Pajamas? You know, like bananas in pajamas. Yeah, that's another one. I saw that a little bit. Is the movie Shivers any good? Yeah, that was. I just got the Vestron Blu-ray of that one to review. So I'll talk about that one on Tuesday, and it releases Tuesday as well. I also got the Little Monsters one. Little Monsters though, that one is 100% worth watching. Like that one is like one of my top favorite movies of all time. And I see a $2 super chat here from Burke Jones. Thanks so much, Burke Jones, for the $2 super chat. And like I said, guys, thanks again for the super chat donations. I really appreciate them, and they're a huge help, more than you guys can imagine. So thanks again. And Burke says, "Have you seen Hamburger the Motion Picture?" No, a couple people have been asking me about that one, Burke, about the Hamburger movie. And I don't think it ever even came to DVD. I think it might have only ever had like bootlegs and stuff like that. But no, I've never seen that one. And like I said, I've heard about it a lot. I definitely want to see it. Let me look up to who was in that movie. Hamburger the Motion. I feel like I remember buying a bootleg of it back in the day at like a convention. and then it didn't work. I think I remember that. Yeah, so it came out in 1986. Hammer Motion Pictures. Let me see if there was ever a DVD. I think it might have been one of those ones that only ever had bootlegs, but maybe it had a real one. No, it had no. And it looks on here like I look up VHS format. It's funny. It says DVD on the front. It looks like a bootleg, and then it says the VHS tape. So yeah, and then the VHS sells for $65. I'm hoping like somebody like Mill Creek or somebody will release that one. Let's see. Thoughts. Thank you for EU friendly streaming hours or Europe friendly streaming hours. No, I know that definitely a lot of people I know watch from the UK and Europe and everything, and I think Australia is kind of a similar time zone because I know or it might be the nighttime or something. I can't know for sure, but I know a lot of people come in from the UK since I do these later. I will do them sometime during the day, but sometimes I know I've done them during the day, like once or twice, and then there wasn't that many people there at all. Because you never know. It's always hard to know what's the best time and all that stuff like that. Tomorrow I'm going to a carnival drive-through to get carnival food. I'm very excited because I never had legit carnival food before, my man. No, I know some of the carnivals have done that. They did that in San Diego, out here where you can drive through and get like the funnel cakes and like some of the like the most popular food items. I think you might be able to get like the corn and that kind of stuff. I didn't go and do it though. I wanted to do it, but I know I heard it has big lineups. So just be. I don't know where in your area if it's the same situation, but just be prepared. It might be like really really busy. There is a map and food, and I don't know where. There's a map, and I don't know where to order food. You'll probably like drive through it, like and then like they probably will have like little tents up, I'm guessing, and then they would like take your order and then bring it out. And they might have like picnic tables. I don't know, like if they have picnic tables set up where you can sit at, since you are allowed to sit outside most places. So I don't know if like you'll be able to drive to it and get the food and take it. I don't know how it works. It'd be interesting to see. I have to look see if anyone documented like San Diego's one and show what it was like. Favorite Netflix original movie? Most recently, I really liked The Platform. I thought that one was really good. In Tall Grass sucked. My least favorite. I don't think I saw that one. Favorite scene from The Wrong Missy? Um, Favorite scene in The Wrong Missy? I don't know for sure. I can't say for sure. Have you ever been to a horror collectible store? Yeah, I've been to some of them. There was one of them I didn't get to go to, and I was in Texas. I think it was in the Dallas area, and it was like an all horror kind of store. So I really, really wanted to see that. I used to always love too. Back in the day, they used to have like sci-fi stores as well. That and those sci-fi stores always had like horror movie stuff as well. So there was a place I don't know if you guys remember called Another Universe, which was like it was in a lot of malls. At least they were in malls in the East Coast. I don't know if they were a chain where they were out on the West Coast and like Middle America and stuff, but it was basically like a science fiction store that had sci-fi horror, and they used to sell like the Full Moon toys in there, lots of Star Wars, Star Trek toys, anything science fiction like alien figures and stuff. It was really kind of cool. I always loved that store, but then they all like little by little closed. Let's see. Do you ever go to the library to check out books? No, I haven't. I used to go to libraries as a little kid. Like I remember I used to do like the summer reading program and all those kind of things, but I never, I haven't been to like a library in years and years. Let's see. Did you want to go to Portland Movie Madness Oregon Video Store? Portland Movie Madness in Oregon? I don't know that store. I'll have to look that one up. Watch the Pokemon live action movie, little buddy. I didn't even know there was a live action Pokemon movie. What's your favorite songwriter? Songwriter? I don't know. Like, what kind of music do you listen to? And I never can like say for sure songwriter because like sometimes like the artists don't write the songs and stuff. But like music do I listen to? Like a lot of like synth pop and like old '80s songs and like movie soundtracks and that kind of stuff. Have you ever been to Spooky Empire Convention in Orlando? No, I always want to go there. That's one of the conventions that I really want to go to. I really want to too when everything's over in the world and conventions are happening again and that kind of stuff. I really, really want to do some more conventions. Like I want to get to ones out of state. Like I would love to go to Texas Frightmare. Everyone's always telling me about that. So that's one of those conventions that I always really, really want to, go to. So like definitely Spooky Empire. Let me get back to where I was. Spooky Empire is definitely let me see, where was I? Spooky. That's definitely one of the ones that I would love to actually get to. And I see a super chat came in too. I'm gonna read that in a second. I just want to figure out exactly where I was so I don't miss anything. Let's see, and I see a $5 super chat here from Silhouetted Animator. Thanks so much, Silhouetted Animator, for the $5 super chat. Ever heard of a very weird, creepy French film called Marquis from 1989? It retells Marquis de Sade's life with actors in ugly, cartoonish animal masks. No, I've never heard of that one. That sounds really interesting. I watched a movie like that when people were wearing really weird masks and like crazy masks and stuff like that. They were kind of talking, called like Jesus Will Show You the Way to the Highway or something like that. I'll talk about it in my video on Tuesday. It's from Arrow Video released it. It comes out, I think it releases this Tuesday. It was one of the most creative movies I would say I've seen in years. It wasn't the greatest movie of all time or anything, but it was very creative, like these techniques they were using, and it was shot on film, and at least I think it was shot on film because unless they age it to look like it, but it was a really interesting movie. Like I said, I'll definitely have to look that one up. I've never seen that one. And thanks so much for the super chat, Silhouetted Animator. I need to get that Rob Zombie Steelbook. No, I don't. I don't buy lots and lots of Steelbooks, and I don't like to buy stuff if I already had it again. But I really like that one, and for movies like that I really really like, I would buy it, especially because it's got Sid Haig on the front. You know what I mean? Like, and Bill Moseley, I'm a fan of, and I don't know. So for that one, I didn't mind getting it. And it's a very cool one. I do wish that they would have put on there the features though from Devil's Rejects, because Devil's Rejects, on when it came to DVD, it had like a really long, extensive documentary, and they never ported that over onto the Blu-ray. It was only ever on the DVD. But luckily enough, I kept the DVD, and actually I got rid of the DVD unknowingly years ago, and then had to buy it again just for that documentary. Because that's the one thing with Rob Zombie movies, is they would always do these really. He would he loves DVDs too, and like collects and everything. So he's into features and that kind of stuff. So he always was doing really extensive documentaries. Let's see. Hey Sean, thanks so much for watching, Duke Shepard. Have you met Felissa Rose? Yeah, I've met Felissa Rose a lot of times at some conventions and stuff like that, and I will be actually working with Felissa Rose. Not tomorrow, or not technically it's Saturday now, but I will be working with her next Saturday, the 19th, on this one movie, which I really am excited about. It's going to star, Felissa Rose is in it. I'll reveal now that stars also Eric Roberts. And Eric Roberts is the mayor, and I'm playing his assistant. So we have a whole bunch of scenes together. It's going to be really fun. Like, I'm really, really excited about this one. And so I'll film a tiny little vlog, but then Danny, Cinestalker, he's going to be along, and he's going to do like an extensive, like, behind the scenes, because since I'm doing all this stuff, and it's going to be really hard for me to film anything like that, like to do a really good vlog, because I have to concentrate, and we only have a certain amount of time to shoot everything and all this kind of stuff, because the director has rented out a studio to film at and all this kind of stuff. So it'll be really fun. I'm really excited about it. Let's see. I see a $5 super chat here from Silhouetted Animator. Thanks so much, Silhouetted Animator, for the $5 super chat. Marquis is very R-rated, but it has no DVD release in the States. Its Region 2 DVD is very rare and extremely expensive, but I recommend it. Thanks for letting me know. Like I said, I've never heard of that one, so I'm definitely going to look that one up and see. It's probably one of the ones, too, that I bet, since it's that rare, probably like conventions, like horror conventions, it's one of those ones that probably has like a lot of bootlegs. Because there's certain movies that horror conventions you always see bootlegs of. So I definitely look that one up, though, and I'll look up the Region 2 one, too. But thanks for letting me know about that one, Silhouetted Animator. Like I said, I had never heard of that one. Let's see, Twins is coming to Blu-ray. I know. I think it comes out is it December or something like that, or November, December from from Shout Factory. So I can't wait for that one, and hopefully they get to make the sequel, because they've been talking about it for years, doing the sequel called Triplets, and it would have why am I blanking on Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, and then Eddie Murphy would be like the other twin, for the triplets. So I'd love to see that one. I definitely hope that they get to do that. And I see a $2 super chat from Burke Jones. Thanks so much, Burke Jones, for the $2 super chat. And Burke says, have you seen Psycho from Texas, 1975? I've heard of it. Let me look it up and see. Psycho from Texas. I feel like I might have seen that one. A madman and his partner kidnap a retired oil man, requiring a chase through the bayou. I don't know. I feel like I said, I feel like I've heard of it, but I don't know for sure if I've ever watched it or not. I probably haven't. It sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen that one. It has cool covers and stuff on it, like looking at the pictures online. But no, I don't think I've ever actually watched that one. Um, care for a fan of Billy Joel and Neil Young. I listen to some of their music. I don't follow them a whole lot though. Do you like the restaurant Church's Chicken? I don't eat meat anymore, but I did like at Church's. I haven't eaten them in a long time though, but I do like you know their biscuits. I feel like they probably have the best of all those biscuits. If you want to eat something like that and you want a biscuit, that's probably one of the better ones. What websites do you mainly use to look for auditions? For auditions, I usually look on Backstage, Casting, Actors Access. Those are the main ones. And then I also just look on Indiegogo when I see projects that pop up that that are funding and stuff like that. I contact the directors and stuff like that, and then sometimes like uh, people contact me that have seen my videos and things like that. So it kind of all depends, but mainly those are the two main ones. And you can look on those ones without having to pay, because some of them, a lot of them are not cheap to pay, and usually those ones too list people's contacts, so they give their names and sometimes like an email on there or like their website, so it's easier to find people that way. Because some of the ones you have to join and pay in order to see anything, so you can't get any information otherwise. So luckily enough, those ones you don't have to pay them, pay to use those ones, at least to see a lot of the information. Did you rewatch the Firefly trilogy? I haven't rewatched them again. How is Beetlejuice in 4K? No, it looks great. Like, and like especially the scenes when they go like to the like the Nether world and that kind of stuff, when they're going there, like the waiting room and all that stuff, that how that was all lit with like green lights and all these different trippy colors and everything. Those all look great. Kin, starring Michael B. Jordan and Dennis Quaid, is badass. Oh yeah, I like Kin. That was really good. What up, dude? Yeah, I'm doing good. Like I said, just got back from the walk around the neighborhood. Is it true you're in some robot movie? Um, I guess you mean like Killer Robots. I think it's like Killer Robots Crash and Burn. Yeah, that was filmed like in 2011. And there is a Blu-ray of that one out you can get. Like it's like a burn on demand Blu-ray of that movie, and it's all done through like a green screen. There's another robot movie too. Recently that the director wanted me to film like some shots of my face, and he's gonna like have it be me like chasing after Mark Togler, from the Toxic Avenger, something like that. I don't know exactly what's going on. I just know I shot stuff for him that he's going to use, and I saw some pictures and stuff of it. How do you get some movie studios to send you Blu-rays? It's basically just from doing it as long as I have, and having people watching. That's the main way. And they have like publicity departments and PR departments and stuff like that, and I've just been doing this for so many years now too, that I've kind of like met all the companies. So I've been really lucky to, even like now when it comes to like the movies that I act in, because I work with so many of the companies. I work with pretty much 95% of the companies that release stuff, except for some of the ones that, like Kino is one of the only ones that they don't like to send to YouTubers. And then Disney isn't sending anything right now because of everything going on in the world. But other than that, I pretty much review pretty much all the companies. Let's see here. I see a $2 super chat from Dylan List. Why is Danny still friends with the unmentionable one? Well, Danny, like I said to Danny, I don't mind. It doesn't matter to me who he's friends with or anything like that. So that's no problem at all. But thanks so much, Dylan List, for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate that. And like I said, guys, thanks again for the super chat donations. I really appreciate them. They're a big help to the channel and the video. So thanks again. And I see a $2 super chat from Burke Jones. Have you seen Auditions 1978 with Linnea Quigley? Yeah, I saw. I think I got like I think Full Moon released that one, and like they had like a set. They were releasing like a bunch of like sort of lesser known, like shot on video, direct to video kind of things. They had like a line that they did maybe like 10 years ago or something like that. And I remember that one was part of that. So I got the I have seen that one. Hey Sean, I saw you were in this movie called Killer Waves. Thinking of checking out. Would you recommend it? Well, that one is just a very quick scene in there. That was shot at like one of the horror conventions. So it's like me, Adam the Woo is in there, and we're just out there like talking about like crazy killer waves and stuff. It's a fun movie though. But if you want like a one that has a lot of me in it though, I'm not in that one too much. It's just like one scene at the convention. Have you seen The Barge People? Yeah, I have a review of The Barge People up. It was kind of like Hills Have Eyes a little bit, but like on the water in a boat. When it comes to watching movies in theaters, what do you prefer, 35 millimeter or digital? Well, there isn't really anywhere to go anymore to see 35 millimeter near me anymore, but I did like 35 millimeter. And every time you see something that's shot on film, you can tell the difference. And I know like some people go, "Oh, you really can't," but when you really see it, there's a difference in the detail to the look on it, and the way everything looks, and the film grain, and you can add grain in editing to kind of like digital grain to kind of make it seem more film like. But there is something cool about film. There really is, but it's just so expensive. You know what I mean? Like, and you could never shoot like a indie movie nowadays on film. It's just so much involved in developing it and all these kind of things. They took that '70s show off Netflix. Yeah, it's probably because of Danny Masterson and all the allegations against him. That's why it's good though to have the Blu-rays of things. You know what I mean? Just because in case somebody on a show or on a movie does something, then the movie doesn't have to get thrown. Or the show doesn't have to get thrown away. And kind of forgotten about. At least you could still look at it if you wanted to. Let's see, Sean, what happened to MJ's derby hat? I don't know. I don't know if he still has those or not. Hello from Portland. So much smoke here. Any smoke where you are? Not right where I am because like the fires and stuff are not right exactly where I am, but you sort of see like the sky looks a little bit like dim and stuff like that, so you can tell. Thoughts on The Burning? Yeah, The Burning is a great slasher film. What do you think of the Dune trailer? Yeah, I thought that was cool. Like that thing too, like that stuff they put in their nose, like that creeps me out. That weird thing. I'm like thinking, man, if I can't imagine having like shoot that movie and having that thing stuck up your nose the whole time. Um, Grew up with the big Bananas and Pajamas. Yeah, Bananas and Pajamas. I remember the song more than I remember the show. What's your three favorite Nicolas Cage movies? And glad he's starting to do horror flicks. Never know you could work with him next. No, that'd be amazing to do something with Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is like my favorite, like intense actor. You know what I mean? Like, um, but favorite of his, like, I have to look on his like IMDb to like make sure I name, you know, the best ones. But like recently though, Color Out of Space was really good. But like some of the ones that I've always liked, was like Con Air, Face Off. When it comes to the older films of his, but I've liked a lot of these ones, like, and a lot of the ones that are the direct-to-video ones I've liked, like Looking Glass when he was in a hotel, this kind of weird hotel manager. I really like that. I also thought he was great in Mom and Dad. That was a really good one. The movie that he did with Elijah Wood called The Trust, that was really good. That was one I would recommend. And he was in Kick Ass. Um, but if you want a good like bad Nicolas Cage movie though, you watch the Not the Bees, The Wicker Man. That's a really good like bad one. And I see some super chats here. I see a $5 super chat from Burke Jones. Thanks so much, Burke Jones, for the $5 super chat. Would you agree that indie movies are more entertaining than big Hollywood movies? I think with and thanks so much, Burke, for the $5 super chat. But I do agree because I feel like when it comes to indie movies, they're much more willing to take chances and to kind of do more out there stuff and not be so like that. Sometimes like mainstream movies can be PC sometimes a little bit, and so I do agree. And especially with horror movies, some of the indie horror movies are the better ones, and because like even A24 movies are considered technically indie horror movies because they're not really made by a studio. A lot of times they buy the films and then distribute them. So like I feel like some of the most interesting ones are the lesser known indie ones because when you think about it, when it comes to horror films that were released in theaters, there's such a small amount of them. It's usually not that many. There's probably maybe one a month. You know what I mean? Some months you really don't have any. So I feel like some of the best stuff is the indie stuff. So I totally 100% agree with that one. Let's see. When it comes to pursuing career or passions as a filmmaker and a writer director, worth moving to LA? Honestly, no. I don't think it matters at all anymore because they make so little in LA now. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause so much stuff is out of state. Like I have one thing that I just found out I'm going to do today. Found out a couple hours ago that I'm going to get to do in New Mexico. And then like I've done all these projects in Texas, so they're kind of like everywhere now. Do you know what I mean? So you don't really have to be anywhere particular to do it. I mean, like for LA, you kind of the biggest stuff to shoot in LA is sitcoms. Like if you can get on sitcoms and stuff like that, that would be the main reason you want to be right in LA because pretty much all the sitcoms are shot 90% of them, except for Tyler Perry's, because Tyler Perry has his own studio. For the most part, sitcoms are usually out here. They're not usually. I think they shoot some like stuff like soap operas in New York. or they did, but it's mainly here. It made me mainly here for that kind of stuff. So you kind of want to do that if you want to pursue TV work. Hey Sean, when I was movie hunting yesterday north, I came across a movie called Ghost Shark and Sex. I managed to pick up it and watch it last night and absolutely loved it. Well, thanks so much for checking out Ghost Shark. That was definitely a very fun film that I got to do. Do you like Hammer horror films? Yeah, no, I watch Hammer horror movies. Um, have you watched Tenet? Awesome movie. No, I'm kind of afraid of going back to the theaters. I know they've opened, but I just don't know when I'll go back. You know what I mean? I really don't. Um, Laugh out loud. Do your parents say about you collecting so many? I hate it so much. No, my parents don't care about me like having to collect, having big collections or anything like that of movies. Because pretty much I only keep them in the garage. Like I don't put them anywhere else in the house. I just have the garage movie area, and then I have like some storage ones. But I don't like put them like all throughout the house, and they're not like you know what I mean. Like they're kind of all stuck to one area. Do you watch a movie a day since you're the movie man? Pretty much. I usually watch like something a day. Like tonight, what do I have tonight to watch? I got something from the director sent me the one movie I was talking about in the stores that I thought about buying. The director sent me a copy of that one. I forgot what it was called now. This Chad Michael Murray movie. And then I have Full Metal Jacket 4K. So I'll be watching those ones. So I'll probably watch Full Metal Jacket probably tomorrow. No offense, but I was sub to you since you were fat. No, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, like that's the thing. I was fat most of my YouTube time from 2006 or 2007. I think it was 2006 I started YouTube. So from 2006 all the way till like the middle of 2005 is when I was still heavy. So like that was a long time. Um, Australia is 5:15 p.m. man. Yeah, I wasn't sure what time it was in Australia. Hey Sean, if they do a Babysitter 3, do you think it will be in theaters since Netflix knows how much we like The Babysitter? I don't know. Netflix doesn't really like to do theater stuff. They only do that for ones that they want to try and have like Academy Awards with. Like they did that with Marriage Story and The Irishman, but they don't really care about having the theater releases with them as much. Hey Sean, I'm at a hotel with my family because of a wildfire forced us to evacuate to another town. So far, our house is okay, and your live chat is definitely a comfort. Thanks for doing them. Oh no, no problem, Zombie Biohazard. But hopefully everything's okay, and hopefully you're able to go back home soon. I picked up Hereditary and Nightmare on Elm Street on Blu-ray today. Yeah, both those are great movies. What's your favorite sitcom of all time? Sitcom of all time? Probably The Brady Bunch. I love that. I've always loved that show. And then probably Lucy. Favorite John Cusack movie? I don't know. That's really hard to say for John Cusack because there's a lot of different movies that I've liked of his. Have you seen Mean Creek? Yeah, Mean Creek is great. That's a great with Josh Peck as this like bully. They take him out to the middle of the like this lake, and it's kind of what happens to him. What's your opinions on Burt Reynolds' original film Longest Yards? I never really watched the original one. I saw the remake. I saw that one in theaters, but I never watched that again. That was probably like out of all the Adam Sandler movies, probably my least watched Adam Sandler movie. How do we buy stuff? How do we buy the stuff on the wall off you? Oh, I don't sell any of my stuff. Now Syndrome has released another 7 titles for Black Friday on top of all the new ones. Well, I don't know if they might. Yeah, you're right about that. So those titles are not the Black Friday titles. So maybe they'll do other ones too, like some that they won't announce until Black Friday itself. Cool, dude. I've been with you since you were. I talked about that. Do you check out DVDs from your local library? I do, and if you like it, I buy it on Blu-ray or DVD. No, I haven't. Like I said, I haven't been to a library in a really long time. Is it true back in the day it was sci-fi, not sci? Yeah, it didn't used to be SYSY. It used to be SCI fi. So it's like SCIFI. Is how it used to be. But yeah, I remember that total logo and all that kind of stuff. Do you remember when your channel started to take off? No, I do exactly. I totally remember how it happened too, and it was basically like I did the Donna Murph videos, and then they kind of were getting a little bit of attention, some of those ones, but then I put up a video showing my DVD collection, and the second I put up that DVD collection video, that like took everything off. Like that was when I remembered noticing like overnight I started getting a lot of subscribers, and then people were really watching those videos. And it was kind of going to be like a one and done thing. Like I was just going to show my collection, and I didn't really know what else I was going to do with that. But then like people liked it so much, and I started doing those DVD updates, and then I would update the things I got every week or two. And I've just crazy that I've been doing like those type of videos since 2006 now or 7, so it's been a long time. Babysitter 2 was rad, good movie. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out. Did you hear Matthew Lillard might come back to reprise his role of Stu in Scream 5? No, I heard about that. I hope they get him to do something. Have you seen that movie Lisa? It's a 1990s horror film. I think I might have reviewed that one. The actor who played Cole in The Babysitter said he would be open to a Babysitter 3. I wouldn't doubt it because Netflix likes to make a lot of sequels to things too. I've noticed that. Can you do a scream like Jesse from Elm Street 2? I can't really scream right now. Can you do an impression of Steve-O? Yeah, Steve-O's like, yeah, dude, Steve-O, dude. Come on, dude. PC my life, dude. And I see a $2 super chat here from Brian Campbell. Thanks so much, Brian Campbell, for your $2 super chat donation. Like I said, guys, thanks again for the super chats. I really appreciate them. They're a huge help, so thanks again. And Brian says, will you get the 4K release of Ghost in the Shell? Oh yeah, Brian, I do. I actually did get that one. I reviewed that one. I think it was my video last week, on last Tuesday or the Tuesday before. I believe so. But I know Best Buy had like a really cool like steelbook edition of that one though. Remember 8 the Chosen One? Yeah, 8 the Chosen One kind of went on to be an actor now. So he's like, I don't know if he still does music or not, but I know he acts in like a bunch of like horror films and stuff like that. Let's see, have you seen Hereditary? Yeah, I really love Hereditary. Congrats on your success. I've been a fan since 2013. Well, thanks so much for watching for so many years now. I appreciate that. What's your favorite part of the movie Pinocchio's Revenge? And do you think it will ever get a Blu-ray? Well, I remember when I saw Pinocchio's Revenge as like a middle school kid, and I always like, this is a middle school kid. So I always remember the shower scene in that movie. How long does it take you to remember your lines? Usually not too long. I have to rehearse them, so I have to go over them. And a lot of times, like, sometimes you don't have the time to go over them as much as you would like, but usually once I do it, I kind of have like these techniques to kind of remember when I say my, what I mean? If it's like a scene where it's like a bunch of different characters and stuff like that, I kind of always remember, okay, when this person says this line, then I come up with this, you know what I mean? Because there's sometimes when there's like 4 or 5 or 6 people in a scene, that's where it kind of gets complicated. So you kind of have to like pay attention to certain cues of when to say stuff so you don't say it the wrong time and all that kind of stuff. Can you like the Blair Thumb and Disney World documentary? Do you like the Blair Thumb? Yeah, Blair Thumb, I used to watch a lot of those Thumb Wars and all those ones. Thoughts on Deliverance? Yeah, Deliverance is a great movie. Any Remember 8? Eddie Murphy. Have you seen the movie? I talked about that. Your IMDb credits, wow. No, and a lot of those ones are in, not done yet. So there's a lot of stuff I have to do, and there's some stuff that isn't even on there, like Compatible isn't on there, and a handful of other ones. Can't wait for the special edition of Witches coming soon. UK, love that movie. Yeah, I think I saw that. It has like a bunch of stuff with it, but that's a great movie. Can you and Dwee will bring back the dance team? No, I used to like making those music. Yeah. Do you listen to the music Ween? Yeah, Ween is one of my favorite bands. I wish they would come back and do another album again though. Have you seen the Incubus, the Tara Reid movie Incubus? There was an Incubus one and then the Tara Reid one. I think I saw that one. I think I saw both of those ones. Do you like chocolate chip biscuits? I don't think I've ever had a chocolate chip biscuit. I've had chocolate chip muffins, but I don't think I've ever had chocolate dipped chocolate chip biscuits. Do you like avocado? Yeah, I love avocado and guacamole, all that kind of stuff. Do you like Tears for Fears? Yeah, I listen to some of their stuff. I just picked up 42, the Jackie Robinson story with Chadwick Boseman, Blu-ray for $5, like new at half price books. Yeah, that's a very good movie, and it has a code that works. That's always cool when you get a used one and the code still works, because you never know with those ones. Keenan said that him and Kel and Dan Snyder have in talks for a Good Burger 2. Yeah, I hope they get to make a Good Burger 2. I'd love to watch that. Let's see. Do you have a VHS player? I have one, but it's not hooked up. I need to get like one of those players that is like a 4K or like no, not 4K, but like an HD VHS. They have ones that have like an HD outlet on the back of them, and they're kind of like, I think sometimes they're built in with a Blu-ray player too. I definitely need to get one of those sometime. Have you seen the Max Keeble's Big Move? I saw that one. I think I only saw that once, like when it first came out the DVD. I think I rented it or something. I was watching Little Monsters Blu-ray from Vester, and I noticed a little bump in the video when Maurice and Sneak are arguing when Fred Savage character gets close to Boy's staircase. So it was some kind of like a little, it was like something wrong with the video or something. I'll have to look at that and see. Um, let's see. Question: I went some garage sales today and found Tales from the Hood DVD. Have you seen that one? Yeah, Tales from the Hood is great. That's probably one of my top favorite anthology horror movies of all time. They made a sequel which was okay, but the third one is coming out and it stars Tony Todd as like doing this, the storyteller in it. So I can't wait to see that one. I want to donate to Christmas Slaughter, but I have been burned on Indiegogo and Kickstarter before. Can you say they are reliable? Yeah, Christmas Slaughter. That one should be a really cool one. They already shot like portions of the movie, but I think it's I think it's the very end of February is when it's going to shoot. Thanks so much for considering to donating to that film. And I have a link below for that one. That's an upcoming slasher film I'm going to be in. That has Brian Krause, who's in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He's one of the stars of the film. And I also want to say thanks so much too to the guys. There was a perk on there. It was like a private perk. I posted on my YouTube community where it was like to act in a scene with me, and 3 people got that. So thanks so much for you guys for supporting that. I really appreciate that. Father Year is a funny movie. I don't think I watched that on Netflix. I found out Charlie's Farm. Tara Reid, have you seen it? Yeah, Charlie's Farm was pretty good. I like that one. What did you think of the Dune trailer? I thought that looked cool. Let's see. Do you have a Batman movie? Batman? I mean, like favorite Batman movies? Probably the Tim Burton ones, if that's what you mean. Have you seen the All That reboot? Yeah, I've seen all the episodes of it so far that there has. I hope they continue doing them. I like it. I think the kids that they have are funny. When will Dancing with the Stars be on? That starts on Monday. I'll watch that just for the hell of it. I always watch that thing. Sometimes you fast forward through some of it, but I always look at that stuff. Did you like The Girl Who Shagged Me with Misty Monday and That 70s Girl? I watched back in the day like a lot of the Misty Monday movies. Have you seen Summer of '84? That was very good. I believe I have a review of that up. Let's see. Can you do an impression of Paging Mr. Herman? It's like that. Paging Mr. Herman, you have a telephone call at the front desk. And it's like, what movie theater do you go to? I go to AMC. Yeah, we don't have any AMCs in my area. They're like the closest AMC is like 40 minutes away. I usually go to just Regal is the main theaters that I go to for the most part. Let's see. Do you miss Video Store? Video EB? I don't know what that. Oh, EB Games. Yeah, EB Games was cool. Do you still watch VHS? Like I said, I don't really watch anymore because I don't have the player hooked up. I have a player though. Do you watch Everything Wanted and Know About Sex, the Woody Allen movie? Yeah, that was a funny movie. Best So Bad It's Good film you have seen lately? What's the best so bad it's good movie? I don't know what's like a good one recently that I've seen that's like so bad it's good. Any movies that need fundraising? Well, I have links below for 2 projects. Christoph's one, Chris Graff's. Like I said, the one is called called Christmas Slasher, and the other one is called The Macabre. And both of those ones are ones that I'll be in. So those ones you can check out the links below for those ones. Nicolas Cage is God. Someone said thoughts on Walking Tall. I remember the original one and the remake. Both of those ones I remember liking. Did you watch Lady Killers with Tom Hanks? Yeah, Tom, that was a good movie. You never hear anyone talk about that one. Favorite Home Alone trap from each movie? I like in the first movie probably the like the nails on the steps. Like the when he puts all those like tar and like the nail up on the step for the first one, and the second one probably like the goo slime stuff that's on the ground. That stuff, because as a kid I always wanted to buy that. Like you could actually buy that at one point, so I I always wanted to get that something like spray on the ground. Thoughts on Phantasm movie? I don't know that one. Let's see. What's the name of a movie you're going to be in New Mexico? That one is I don't think I'm supposed to say it yet, so I don't want to say anything on it. But it'll be a cool one. Let's see. I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, especially the mac and cheese. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was great. What is your favorite horror game? There was one called like The Haunting or Haunting, about like a guy who went to like this weird ghoul, kind of like a Beetlejuice kind of guy. They would like haunt the house and you have to try and scare the people away to move away. That was one I liked. As a kid, I used to play that one all the time. And then probably, even more so the Resident Evil games. Because those ones I played like the first 3 or 4 of them back in the day on like PlayStation 2. Have you seen Tyler Perry's Young Dylan? I think I saw the ad for that. I have not watched any of those. Yeah, I saw like Young Dylan though acting on an episode of All That though. Favorite board game? Probably like, Monopoly Junior. That was one of the ones I used to love as a kid. I haven't played a board game in a long time. Have you ever met actor Brad Renfro? No, I never met him before he passed away. My favorite movie is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Any movie that you wanted to watch for a long time and haven't gotten around to? I had a lot of stuff that I pick up, like some stuff that I buy. I get so behind and I never get to them. You know what I mean? Would you ever summon a succubus? Not in real life, in a movie or something, but never in real life. What are your thoughts on Bill and Ted Face the Music? I loved it. I thought it was great. Like, it's, if you're wondering about watching it, and I don't want to talk too much about the plot because I don't want to ruin anything, but it's 100% worth watching. Thoughts on 1917? 1917 was like amazing on a technical aspect of everything about how it was shot, and to make it look like it was all one long take, and these, doing like all of that without CGI. Like, I loved it. That was definitely probably one of the best war movies that I've seen in, a decade plus. It was really, really good one. Let's see here. That Steve-O was great. No, thanks. No, there's also that Steve-O kind of sounds like that guy Scott Farrell. He's like, hey, Scott Farrell here with Frail Time. How you doing? So you have to be like that. I don't know if anybody knows Scott Farrell anymore. Used to be on like Howard Stern or Howard Stern's other station or something. Can you do an impression of Beavis and Butthead? No, Beavis and Butthead, I cannot do that one. That's one I really can't do too well. I hope so. Underground hip hop rapper, very talented. Remember when you saw Beavis and Butthead Do America? Your old man said this would be the last thing from them. When I heard that, it took me back. No, I remember that. Like, I remember me and my dad went to see Beavis and Butthead Do America in theaters, and it was also at this theater too, in this mall that was kind of like a dead mall. And this was like, a dead mall early on. Whenever Beavis and Butthead came out, like 1996, was that when Beavis and Butthead was? Let me see. It was either 96 or 97. Let me see. Beavis and Butthead Do America. Let me just check the date. 96. See, I told you, I'm like a savant with dates. I don't know what it is with me and dates. And I said 96. I looked, it's 96. I don't know. But I remember, like, right afterwards, this mall closed. But it was like a kind of a dead mall. And they had like a movie theaters in there. And they actually had two different movie theaters. They had one movie theater on one end of the mall, which was kind of the newer, updated one. They had another movie theaters on the whole other end. And I remember everything I saw in that movie theater, in that mall. Like, I loved that. I saw Beavis and Butthead in there. I saw The Indian in the Cupboard. And I saw, I might even see Mrs. Doubtfire there. It was a bunch. Used to be my favorite theater to go to, because they used to even have like like kind of one of those buffets in there where they serve the food for you. Like, you go down the line and they like dish the food up and stuff. So I used to love that too. And it was like they were only really in that mall. It was like this weird old school type. And I see a $2 super chat here from Retired Party Planner. Thanks so much, Retired Party Planner, for the $2 super chat. And like I said, guys, thanks again for the super chats. I really appreciate them. They're a huge help, and thanks, and like I said, a big help to the videos and everything. And feel free to, guys, to ask anything you would like in them if you have super chat questions, if you have any requests, or if you want a link to your channel or anything like that. But Retired Party Planner said, thoughts on the 2019 Are You Afraid of the Dark? I liked it. I didn't like it though as much as the series, the original series. I kind of wish it was like done just like, anthology, where it was like a different, 25-minute episode each time. Like, I kind of like it in that format better. So that's the only thing, is I wish it was like that. Or if it was going to be a movie, or they would have gotten some of the original cast back to do cameos. I think that would have been really cool. But it kind of went more in the Goosebumps direction. I did still like it though, but it just didn't feel exactly the same too. Soon I will be auditioning for stuff. Well, that's cool. Like I said, you just be on the lookout for that stuff. Look on for Indiegogos and postings and all that kind of stuff. If you lost all your movies somehow, would you start over, or just stop collecting? I don't think I would ever stop collecting. I probably would just like get things that I really, really want again. I got to see Ween on their last tour. They played Piss Up a Rope. Yeah, that's cool. You got to see Ween. I would love to see them. Do you like martial arts? No, I never really followed martial arts. I think it would be cool if you revisited your favorite horror films from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, ranked the top 20s for each decade. Yeah, I need to do more of those things again. Did you watch the TV show Crow? No, I never watched that one. Let's see. Thoughts on Harry Potter series? I watched all of them. I saw them all in theaters. I haven't gone and like rewatched them or anything like that. I think if I rewatched them, I probably would watch like the first two or three of them again because those are the ones I saw like the long. It's been like years since I've seen them, especially the first movie. I always remember too the DVD of the first movie, how like exciting it was because it was one of those ones that was like full of features and it had all these like hidden features and stuff on it and hidden like rooms and all. It was, I don't know. I always like that's why sometimes you've got to keep the DVD of things because it has all sorts of stuff on it that they didn't have on other ones. Did you really like Bam, Wham Bam Boom? Thanks You Spaceman. That was okay. Um, do you think do you think about trauma films when nature calls? I never really. I don't think I watched that one. Are you glad that Keenan and Kel are still best friends? No, I am. I definitely am. Are you a fan of Toni Collette? Yeah, Toni Collette. I actually saw her at Disney walking around one time. That was kind of cool. Thoughts on Amityville 1979? Amityville 1979. I think isn't that the one that's like never been released or something like that? That's like a rare one. I still watch my Father's Day. Billy Crystal. I still watch Father's Day. Yeah, that Billy Crystal and Ron Williams one. That is one that people never talk about, and I like that one. What's the most uncomfortable situation you ever found yourself in? Um, I don't know. Like if you have to be like when you worry about seeing something you don't want to see, and then it's like someone like that, I mean, that I know of now currently. So you worry if you go to a convention, you don't want to see them and stuff like that. Carol Baskin is on Dancing with the Stars. No, I saw that. I'm definitely interested in seeing her on there. Um, they might do Summer of 1989 or something like that. What is your favorite Billy Joel or Neil Young song? Like I said, I don't really know their songs too well that I could tell you. Movie theaters now open here in Orange County. Just saw Train to Busan Peninsula. Yeah, I want to see that one. Do you still have your Blockbuster card? I don't think I do anymore. Do you watch Heather Graham? Yeah, the Blessed with Heather Graham. That was a pretty good one. Did you watch Nobody's Perfect? Yeah, Nobody's Perfect. That's like an early '90s one you don't hear about. Did you know Halloween Kills that got pushed back? Yeah, that got pushed back to next Halloween. Do you remember Theodore Rex with Whoopi Goldberg? Yeah, I've never gotten to watch that one. What deep fried foods in San Diego Fair giving out drive through? Where can I find the menu? I don't know where you can find the menu of it. You might be able to find it on your particular fair's website. So I don't know what kind of deep fried foods that they had or not. I didn't really look at them. But like the main ones they usually would have are like stuff like the deep fried Oreos, deep fried Twinkies. Those are kind of like the main ones. Funnel cakes. Those are the ones that are usually like you would, for the most part, they would have. Thoughts on Batman: Mask of the Phantasm? That's another one I haven't watched that since that first came out. Um, let's see. Do you have any other Gardsboro Kids merch besides the calendar thing on your door? I don't think I do. I don't. I mean, I have the Blu-ray of the film. I reckon if they made a remake of Bad Ronald, they would use Jesse Eisenberg. The thing is, he would be good years ago, but he's too old now, so I don't think it'd be able to be done. So I don't know what they would do. Have you ever met Jennifer Lawrence? No, I've never met Jennifer Lawrence. I always heard too she's kind of like not very nice, so I don't think I would care about meeting her. Let's see. I see a $2 super chat here from Retired Party Planner. Kirk Frog versus Mark Summers. Who would win in a fight? Isn't Kirk Frog the the one who's like the voice talking about like who was on Double Dare? I think he's on there with him. Probably Mark Summers though, since it's his show, he'd probably like have like support from the crew and stuff. So I think he probably would. Do a Beetlejuice. Hey, Winona, come on over here. Come on, Winona. Hey, come on, wing me, my millennium. Come on, Winona. Yeah, come on. Like kind of like that. I got a little bit. You like Sleepaway Camp? Yeah, Sleepaway Camp is great. I love that film. I love the sequels as well. Do Ed from Good Burger. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your Good Burger, dude? It's kind of like that. It's sort of like that. Yeah, dude. Some sauce, dude. Sort of like that. When will they air Beavis and Butthead? I have no idea when that's going to be. Do you like The Girl Next Door with Elijah Cuthbert? You met her? Yeah, girl. I've never met Elijah Cuthbert, but no, Girls Next Door. I love that movie. Let's see. Do you like movies Who Will Survive the Night movies? I don't know if I've seen Who Will Survive the Night. Have you seen the Kevin Bacon, The Woodsman? Yeah, The Woodsman, that was a good movie. I think he was like a serial killer or something in that, or a killer. Have you met Cedric the Entertainer? No, I've never met him. I would love to, though. I always love his stuff. And The Neighborhood is a really good show. I like the movie that he was in, The First Reformed. I see a $2 super chat here from Dylan List. Thanks so much, Dylan List, for the $2 super chat. Horror movies coming out over the next month you want to see. What is coming out in the next month? Like I'm not going to be seeing anything in the theaters, but on Blu-ray though, let me look on Blu-ray.com because I know there's a ton of stuff coming out next month, like Halloween kind of stuff and horror movies and stuff. Let me see if I can look up for October, and I'll name some of the ones off because there's a lot of stuff that I saw. Like The Pale Doors coming out. They're going to put out The Deeper You Dig. That movie is going to come to Blu-ray. So that's really cool. That like on the first Tuesday of the month, October 6th, there's so many things. So I'll probably be buying the, there's a movie called Yummy coming out. There's a movie called, Tales from the Hood 3 is coming out. So I definitely will be buying that. Some other ones on here too I saw. What was the ones here? They were coming out. The Blackwater Abyss. I actually got it. I won't be reviewing that for a while. That one I actually got a copy of that to review. They sent it really early. It doesn't come out till October 16th. But that one, the new Tremors movie, Scare Package is coming out. The Owners, Spree. So tons. It's like tons of stuff next month. And there's going to be Daughters of Darkness, which I've seen that movie, but that's a great movie. That's coming to 4K. And then more of that Massacre and a bunch of other ones. Let's see here. But yeah, like I said, a lot of different stuff. Top 5 Nickelodeon shows with honorable mentions. Top 5, probably like Kenan and Kel, All That, Pete and Pete. Kenan and Kel, All That, Pete and Pete. Clarissa Explains It All was one that I always loved. And then probably My Brother and Me. That only lasted for a season, but I always love. No, and I also have got to have on there too. Afraid of the Dark. Did I say if I didn't say that already? But that would definitely be on there as well. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any of these questions. Are you glad that the theaters are opened? Let's see. Have you seen The Woodsman? Do you enjoy Teenage Bride and Country Cousins? Yeah, those were good. If I may ask, is rejection very common in the film industry, both indie and mainstream? If so, how can it be overcome? No, you come across rejection. You know what I mean? Like stuff that I've auditioned for. Luckily enough, I've done okay with the times I have auditioned. Probably more than half the time I've gotten to do them. So I've been really, really lucky. But there's been one or two of them that I really wanted to do. Like this other one that I didn't get to do. So every so often it happens, but it's something you kind of have to get used to, though. And I see a $5 super chat from Burke Jones. Thanks so much, Burke Jones, for the $5 super chat. Jennifer Lawrence said she doesn't like her fans and don't want them to want to meet them. No, I saw that, and it kind of turned people off because she kind of I feel like Jennifer Lawrence kind of played like a role of kind of acting a certain way, and then people kind of now have kind of turned on her. I don't think people are fans of her anymore. I don't think anybody really. I don't know. It's like she kind of turned people off getting like that because like there's certain people who are really famous and then meet people and they're cool with it and they talk to everybody, like John Travolta. You hear about always meeting people, and you hear about a lot of these people that are really cool, and then you hear about Jennifer Lawrence that people say isn't. So it's always sad or upsetting when you find that out about certain people. Wish Under Wraps was on Blu-ray. Yeah, and it's not even on Disney. I don't think it's even on Disney Plus. Have you met Jean-Claude Van Damme? No, I've never seen him at any events or anything. What do you think about Predator 1987? Yeah, Predator is a great movie. Let's see. Have you ever seen the Kipsky tapes? Yeah, that was one of those ones I remember. I used to always see the bootlegs of it and stuff, and it finally came out a couple years back from Scream Factory. Thoughts on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series? Those are great films. Like I love all of them. Even the newer ones I like as well. Did you watch Degrassi? Yeah, I watched that series. The new adventure ones or new versions of it from like 2002 or 2003. So I watched all of those ones for at least for like the first like 3-4 years. I watched them on like Noggin back in the day. Do you think you were ever part of the popular crowd? Not really. I was never really like the popular one in school. By the end of 12th grade though, I did have a bit of popularity because I got on the morning announcements, and that kind of got me kind of comfortable in front of the camera and comfortable like with people watching me and comfortable doing things in front of people, because I used to be really like nervous and like shy, and like it's so weird how now like I think nothing of it, I mean, I'm just like, because when you've done it so long and stuff, you kind of get so used to it. But I used to be so shy. Like I never, if I knew, like if I saw myself in like 2004 when I was in school or something, I saw myself now. The things I'm doing, I'm like, would never have thought that I'd be able to do them. Um, have you seen the Full Monty? Yeah, Full Monty is a great comedy film. Are you looking forward to the new Vince Vaughn horror movie? Yeah, the one with like switching body kind of thing, I think. But yeah, I haven't watched the trailer yet, but I had read about that one. It's from the same director who did the Happy Death Day movies, which I really like those movies. Or I think he did both of them. I know he did the first one for sure, though. Have you ever met Quentin Tarantino? I've seen him at conventions, but I've never gotten to talk to him. I heard Jennifer Lawrence is a demon. What fried food do you recommend? Like I said, the main ones that people like talk about the most, and I've had as well, is like fried Oreos, Twinkies, funnel cakes, some of those kind of things. Thoughts on the Rambo series? I love the Rambo movies. I'd say the first one is the best, and then probably like and then Rambo 4, and then then probably the most recent one. Let's see. Your impression of Fat Albert. Hey, I can't really do that impression of that one very well. By the way, Kirk Fogg is the host of Legend of the Hidden Temple. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Oh, but between both of them, still I think Mark Summers would probably win. Have you seen Criminal Law starring Kevin Bacon? I've never seen that one. Have you met Doug Bradley? Yeah, I met Doug Bradley at I think at Comic Con. I met him. Let's see, where is I now? I heard Jennifer Lawrence. Let's see. Have you seen Scream in theaters? No, I didn't see Scream in theaters. I saw it on VHS when it first came out. Um, I think I might have seen like the second or third one in theaters. So probably I think the third one for sure. The Debbie Does Dallas sequel part 2. I never saw the sequel. I only saw the first one. Besides Babysitter, what Nexus movies have sequels? I think The Kissing Booth, and that's gonna have a third one. But I don't know. There might be some other ones. I think there was another one too, like Love One or something. I can't remember the name of it, but I remember that there was like another one too. Um, let's see. I feel like thought I saw a super chat come in, but I don't see it showing up. Let's see. What is your favorite A24 produced movie? Probably out of all my favorite ones, probably Good Time, Uncut Gems are probably two of my top favorite ones. Thoughts on Trog 1970, Joan Crawford? I never watched that one. I grew up with Knicks. You Can't Do That on television. Yeah, I never got to see that one. They never really replayed that during when I was a kid or anything, or at least that I remember. So I never got to see it. I really, really want to watch that though. And I remember years ago, I remember on like DVDtalk.com or one of them, they were talking about how there was going to be these DVD releases of it, but then they never happened. I don't know what happened to those releases. They kind of like canceled them. I was watching Unaccompanied Minors and The Wilfred Show. Yeah, Unaccompanied Minors, that was a good film. Let's see. Have you met Johnny Knoxville? I don't think so. I know Johnny Knoxville had seen my videos because I remember they had like a Viva La Bam like 24-hour event, and they messaged me for some reason and wanted me to be part of it to like ask Johnny Knoxville a question. I had no idea. I don't even remember why that came to be. But I remember like they wanted me to film a question for him, and was talking about like his hair. Because he didn't dye his hair or something. I don't know what. I can't remember exactly, but I know he saw it and watched that and stuff like that. I can't exactly figure out how they wanted me to do that or why or anything. But I remember it was kind of funny. Um, let's see. First movie that seriously scared you, mine was The Howling. Well, a lot of the stuff that scared me as a little kid was stuff that I saw as a kid, like, stuff like The Witches. I remember, like, as a kid, every time the Grand High Witch would take off the mask, Angelica Houston would take off the mask, I had to leave the room, and I would, like, peek in the corner. I'd be, like, scared to death. It was, like, a really weird thing. The first movie that seriously scared me, let's see, have you ever seen the 1980 thriller The Changeling? Yeah, The Changeling is, like, a really scary movie. That is so creepy. Have you seen the horror film Scared to Death with William Malone? No, I don't know that one. Did you play the video game Virtual Fighter and Paperboy? I played Paperboy. I don't think I played Virtual Fighter. Well, who's your favorite Peanuts character? Mine is Charlie Brown because he never wins, gets a little red-headed girl, kick a football or fly a kite, but keeps trying. I always liked Peppermint Patty and Marcy. You know what I mean? Like those two, I always like those characters. We are waiting for a Heart of Gold. Why are you so cool? Well, thanks so much, Mark. What do you think about Whatever It Takes movie with Larry Sanders? I don't remember Whatever It Takes. I know I love Larry Sanders though. What is your favorite A24 movie? I was saying, probably Uncut Gems and Good Time are probably two of my top favorite ones. Matthew Lillard seems like he really is kind to his fans. He's always cool. I've seen a lot of interviews with him. I saw him at Comic-Con once, like 4 years ago, just walking around. I always regretted that I didn't get a picture or something with him, because it was like a perfect time just to say something to him, because no one noticed him. And it was like, but he was like there with his kid, so I didn't kind of want to bother him and stuff. But it was kind of funny seeing him just walking around. Um, that's the thing that's so cool about Comic-Con, is you will literally see anyone there. If you're like looking, everyone is walking around, and then like people are all like in costumes. And sometimes I found out who's in the costumes, like they've told me, like who's in them. I'm like, oh, that's always kind of cool too. Like Rosario Dawson was under the costume one time. I talked to her, and I was talking to her through a mask, and it was her though, because like the Mark Donato told me, because Mark Donato, who was in Degrassi and who was in Ghostquake with me, she came over and talked to him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's Rosario Dawson. She's in the mask and stuff." So that was kind of cool. Can you do a Motel Hell impression? I don't know. I don't know a Motel Hell impression. And I see Stephanie Schultz. Schultz became a new member of the channel. Thanks so much, Stephanie, for becoming a member of the channel. If you guys are interested too, that's just another way you guys can help out the channel and the videos. And you get like a little emoji next to your name and stuff like that. But thanks so much, Stephanie, for becoming a member. And thanks again, guys, for the super chats and that kind of stuff. Like I said, feel free to, if you guys have any super chat questions, to ask anything you guys would like. And and like I said, they're a huge help to the channel. So thanks again, guys. Have you seen the In Search of Darkness documentary? No, I haven't watched that documentary. Congrats on your movie. Well, thanks so much, Daniel. Thoughts on Jerry Goldsmith as a composer? Oh, I always loved his music. He was definitely one of my favorite composers. Oh yeah, The Kissing Booth got a sequel. Yeah, that was the main one. I know they filmed a third one already. I think it's going to be like I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but I know they filmed one though. Do you order website CD Universe? Yeah, I used to order from CD Universe. I used to do that a lot more before I moved. Now I mainly just use Amazon. What's your favorite LA restaurant? I don't know. I haven't eaten a whole lot of food places in LA, so I don't really know. What do you think about the Wishmaster franchise? I like the first movie. I didn't like the sequels too much. The first movie though was really, really good though. Thoughts on Eve of Destruction? I don't know if I think I watched that one. Did you see that great horror film? What do you think about the TV show The Electric Company and Zoom? I never saw either of those. Have you had a paranormal experience? No, I never have. Never, no aliens or anything like that. But were you in school, the school nerd, the athlete, the bad boy, or something else? Me in school? Probably like the nerd. Kind of like the nerdy guy, I guess. Do you believe in aliens? I wouldn't doubt if there's something like that. I mean, like, I wouldn't say no. Have you seen Ghost Hunter? Oh yeah, I've seen that show. Do you believe Korg 1970 and Shazam? I've seen Shazam, that show. Can you do an impression of Miss Trenchball and Matilda? I don't even know. Like that, she was always just saying it's far too good for children. That's basically all I think of, is far too good for children. Did you think about time watching Elizabethtown? Elizabethtown, that was a good movie. Have you met Pierce Brosnan? No, I'd love to meet Pierce Brosnan. No, I've never met him. I see a $2 super chat from Burke Jones. Thanks so much, Burke Jones. Do you think a parallel universe exists? I always wonder about like parallel universes, like if there's like another version of me somewhere, you know what I mean? Like in a whole another version of this world, but like things are slightly different, like on another planet or something like that. I do think about that, so I wouldn't doubt if there could be something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like it's definitely a possibility. Thoughts on Vanilla Sky? That's one I definitely need to come back and watch again. I haven't seen that in forever. Someone says, can I become a member? If you want to become a member, you can click the thing on the channel that says join, and it will tell you how all that works and that kind of stuff. But yeah, anyone can become a member if they're interested. It's just, like I said, just a way to support the channel and the videos and that kind of stuff. But yeah, you can just check right underneath the videos, all the videos, it has a thing that says join. Did you see the Blue Collar Comedy Tour? No, I never watched that one. Does Walmart, Target store pay you? No, no, no. I don't get paid for anything like that. Like for showing movies in stores or anything like that. No, no. That's just, I just do it because I like to support physical media and promote it and let I really love physical discs and that kind of stuff. And I just want people that watch that are fans of physical media and collecting just to see this is out, to let people know about it and give attention to it. Because I feel like you hear a lot about the big name Hollywood movies, but you don't hear much about the lesser known indie films. So I like to kind of bring attention to that stuff. Thoughts on Top Gun 2? I'll be interested in seeing it though. Have you seen the slasher film Valentine in theaters? I don't think I saw that one in theaters. Whatever happened to House Guest? If Have you ever had a terrible house guest? If so, what happened? Um, well, someone I don't talk about wasn't that great when he stayed over. Do you believe in Bigfoot? No, I mean, there's probably something out there. I mean, I got killed by Bigfoot once. Do you miss the out of the DVD Planet? I haven't really ordered. I don't think I ever really ordered on there. Do you believe the Exorcist set at Warner Brothers is cursed? I believe in there's kind of like curses and bad vibes that can kind of stick around on certain things. What's your favorite Shudder exclusive? Most recently, I don't have Shudder, but I've watched a lot of their releases. Probably The Room is probably one of the Room one. It's probably one of the most interesting ones. What do you think about the TV show Project Greenlight? Yeah, I used to watch those back in the day, all the time. Like I used to love that series. I think it ran for like 2 seasons on HBO and then like 1 season on AMC or something like that. But I know I watched all of those ones though. Have you ever thought about putting all DVDs and Blu-rays onto a computer server? No, I'm not really into that kind of thing. Do you like cotton candy or like snow cones? I don't like cotton candy. For some reason, the consistency of it creeps me out. Like, it reminds me of like insulation in a house. So like, I have a real problem with like touching cotton candy, like ripping it apart. It creeps me out. So I don't love cotton candy. But snow cones, I always like snow cones. You can't find them out here too much though, because they're real East Coast. Like in the East Coast, I used to get snow cones all the time, but you don't see them a lot here. I lost a lot of what did it say? I lost a lot of weight and gained a lot of muscle in my chest and arms and legs, but still have a lot of stubborn stomach weight. What do you have any suggestions about losing it? Yeah, sometimes like stomach weight too can be like extra skin too, and sometimes it's hard to get rid of that. Like I know there's certain kind of exercises you can do for like your waist and stuff like that. Like I don't know what it is, like crunches or something like that. I don't know for sure, but I know there are ones that are kind of, focused on particular areas. Um, Thoughts on Inherent Vice? I didn't like that movie. I really didn't. Can you do an impression of Mel, the older guy from Sleepaway Camp? I don't even remember that. How many hats do you own? No disrespect. Probably like 10 of them or something like that. 10 of the same ones, black and blue hats. Um, what are your thoughts on Coolio? And the movie The Covenant, yeah, the convent movie with Coolio. That I haven't watched that one since that came out, but I remember liking it. Have you met Sam Raimi? I saw him at Comic Con, and like bumped into him, but never talked to him. Do you prefer Apple or PC? I've only ever had Apple products. I don't know how to use PC at all. Like if you tried to have me do anything on PC, I'd have no luck at all. Like I wouldn't even know how to turn the thing off or anything. I wouldn't even know how to turn it on. Would you be willing to do an interview with me through Zoom about movies and entertainment for my YouTube channel? Maybe sometime. I'm kind of always weird about doing interviews. Like I don't do a lot of them for some reason. I don't know why. I've never been the biggest fan of interviews. But maybe sometime. But I don't know why. Why? Just like I said, I've never really, because I get asked about them a lot of times, and I never am that inclined to do them. Let's see. The Linda girl was in Scooby Doo. Linda Carlisle, I think, or yeah. Would you date Misty Monday? Back in the day, thoughts on slasher film Turistas? Turistas was, I like that movie. That's one of those ones that you never hear about, though. Did you ever play 7 Minutes in Heaven? No, I never played that game. Showing you hype for the new so it's FNAF movie? Is that Fast and Furious? Fast and Furious? Oh yeah, when that releases, yeah, I like those ones. What's the best way you find What's the way that you find yourself procrastinating the most? Procrastinating the most? I don't know. I'm so OCD though, so it's really hard for me not to. Like if I have something I have to do, I get really fixated on it, and that's all I think about. So I don't know if I don't really think I procrastinate that much. Like usually, if I have a plan or something, I kind of set myself out to it, and usually make sure I do it. So I don't know if there's anything I procrastinate with that I can think of, like offhand. What are your thoughts on the Hatchet movies? I liked all of them. I thought that some of them were better than others, though. I think the first one and then probably the most recent one were my favorites. I don't think I liked the third one too much, though. Um, have you met Ben Affleck? No, I've never met Ben Affleck. What kind of comedy makes you laugh the most? Like toilet humor, like some kind of goofy stuff like that. Like Mr. Bean isn't toilet humor, but like Bean, I really like. Little Britain, kind of like wacky kind of humor that not everybody gets, like some of that kind of stuff too. Um, have you bought DVDs from Sam Goody back in the day? Yeah, I used to get stuff there a lot. Thoughts on Captain Power? I do not know that one. Do you watch other movie collectors on YouTube? Yeah, I watch like Durant Cinema. I watch his videos usually. Um, he's the main like DVD collector that I look at the most. I played Bigfoot once in a movie, Primitive. Oh, that's cool, Gregory. I remember seeing that movie. Thoughts on the Ben Stiller show? Yeah, that was a fun sketch comedy show. Have you ever met Gary Busey? I've seen him at a convention. I've never talked to him. You don't see him at conventions as much. He used to be at them all the time. What was it like working with Danny Trejo? Now, that was really cool. He was a very, very cool guy, and like just really down to earth. And I talked to him about all kind of different stuff. So that was really a fun experience. What movie would you love to own you can't find anywhere? I always want to find Midnight Hour. That's one of the ones I'm always looking for. Do an impression of the Cinestalker. Yeah, yeah. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We'll talk about it. Yeah, yeah. Like that's how it's Danny Cinestalker. Didn't Coolio sing the Keenan and Kel theme song? No, he did. Have you met Nev Campbell? No, I've never been at a convention that she was at. Ever met Channing Tatum? No. I met Corey Haim? No, he was going to be at one convention that I think I almost went to and I didn't get to see him. And actually too, there was some movie and I can't remember what it was that I think I was going to be in that he was involved with or something. I wish I could remember what it was. This was before he passed away, so this was really really early on. But there was like something I think he was going to do or something. I can't remember what it was though. Sean, are you hyped for the new? I've talked about that one. Did you see the Rules of Attraction? Rules of Attraction was a cool movie. Have you ever met Sid Haig? Yeah, I did meet Sid a handful of times before he passed away. So I have some. If you look on my channel, I have like an interview with him up, and he was a very cool guy. Like you could go up to him and just talk to him about stuff forever. He was like such a nice guy. Are you gonna watch the War with Grandpa? Yeah, the Robert De Niro movie. I'll definitely watch that. That one looks funny to me. Favorite animated movie? I always like Bebe's Kids. That's the one I always think of. Have you ever been the killer in a horror movie? Not really. I mean, in that one movie that they can never sell anymore because the guys behind it were all like directors. I mean, we're all like teachers in a school and principals. There was like one called The Severed End, but that particular one, I kind of played the killer in that. But other than that, I don't think I've ever really been the killer in anything. I'm usually the guy getting killed. You know what I mean? So I've never really been the killer. Uh, let's see. When you're around girls, are you shy or really out there? I'm not really that shy anymore. Like I kind of got over all that. So I kind of much more talkative than I used to be. Are you excited for the animated film Connected? I don't know that one. Have you watched the new horror movie with Will Wheaton called Rent-A-Pal? Yeah, I saw some posts about that. I have not watched that yet. Will Wheaton's somebody that I always see at conventions. I remember seeing him the one time, just kind of walking around. What's something that you were learning it and you thought you'd never use it, but you really ended up using it a lot? I think like typing. Remember, like in a typing class, I kind of thought I would never need that or whatever. And that was like probably one of the best classes I ever had because it was like the most useful to me. And if you guys are wondering, I'll be on here, guys, for probably about 10 more minutes. So if you guys have any last minute questions, feel free to ask anything you guys would like. If you guys have any last minute super chats or anything like that, and feel free for super chats to ask anything you want, any weird questions, or anything like that, or any requests. Let's see. Have you ever met Shia LaBeouf? No, never seen Shia LaBeouf. I'd like to meet Shia LaBeouf. Thoughts on the Final Destination series? I love all those films. Like every one of those is fun. Gary Busey is dead. Sean. I think so. No, Gary Busey? He's alive. You mean Gary Coleman's passed away, but Gary Busey is alive and well. No, he's not dead. You mean Gary Coleman is though, but not Gary Busey. Do you think 1,800 calories is enough of a deficit to lose weight? Probably. I think that you'd still be able to lose weight eating that. Have you ever met Keanu Reeves? No, I've never met Keanu Reeves. Ever met Danielle Harris? Yeah, I met Danielle Harris. I talked to her on video too. Are you excited for the new Trauma film? The Shakespeare Sheetstorm one. Yeah, I'll definitely be watching that one. What are your thoughts on Thora Birch in the film Hole? Yeah, that was a pretty good movie. Have you ever met Fiona Dorff? No, I've never met her. Have you seen the indie slasher film Hazmat? I believe I reviewed Hazmat, from what I can remember. Um, do you watch the game show Press Your Luck and Solid Gold? I watched Press Your Luck. I never watched Solid Gold TV. Do you like Ben Affleck? I do, but I don't love him in everything. Like, my favorite thing of his is Chasing Amy. Have you ever met Robert Downey Jr.? No, never seen. Never met either of them. Um, what is the most exhaustive edition in features of a movie release you've come across? I mean, expensive? I don't know. It's some of these ones like like Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde is a really rare one. So there's a whole lot of different ones that are really rare. I see a question from Burke Jones. Thoughts on Beverly Lynn? Is that the adult film star, Beverly Lynn? Let me see what that is. Yeah, is that who you mean, the adult film actress, Beverly Lynn? I never really followed her too well, so I don't really know her that well. I think she acts in some movies as well. Was she in, who was she in? I'm trying to remember some of the stuff that she was in. I don't know. Like I said, I never really followed her too much, so I don't know. I know she was in David Sterling's movie, though. But yeah, like I said, I really don't know too much. But Beverly Luff Lynn, that movie though, I like that movie. That was from the director of Racy Strangler. Thoughts on Killer Dog, Lucky, starring Michael Emanuel. I think I watched that movie. Do you favorite film Pretentious Movement? I would say a Japanese Wave. Do you have a favorite film Pretentious Movement? I don't know that. It's prime time, bitch. You mean like from Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, when he's like, "Welcome to prime time, bitch." That one. Do you really like John Candy? It seemed like a good idea, and I think that was okay. That's when I don't remember that much. Is Donna Murph ever coming back? I doubt it. I don't see how it could. If MJ ever wants to come back, though, I would do like a special, like a Donna Murph kind of special type thing. That would be kind of fun to do, but I don't know. Did you ever meet Karen Black? No, I don't think I ever got to see her in any conventions or anything. Did you like Double Dare? Yeah, that one I loved. What actors did you look up to growing up? Um, look up to pretty much John Candy and Chris Farley were two of the big people that I always liked. What got you into collecting movies? I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like it was like I always something I liked, because I started out collecting VHS tapes. And I was always just going to the stores and getting stuff. So I don't even know what got me into it. I was just like kind of like something that I always liked, and I've always done. I've been collecting my entire life. Um, have you met Steve Martin? No, I've never seen Steve Martin. Nickelback, good band or trash? I don't really like Nickelback too much. What's the most money you've ever spent on food? When it comes to food, I'm kind of cheap with food. I don't like buying really expensive food. Um, I don't buy. I'm like kind of cheap when it comes to money as it is. Like, I'm really careful, and the only stuff I really buy a lot of stuff is movies and stuff like that, and then food and stuff like that. But I don't buy really expensive stuff. I try and like keep it to like a limit and things like that. But I think I probably like some of the most expensive that comes to mind is probably like when I went to the one Vegas buffet, and it was like one of those ones that was like $60 or something. So that was like, I think, to me, one of the most expensive things I ever bought food wise that I can think of. And then maybe like Dungeness crabs or something. But I think those were only probably about 30 something dollars. But I've never gone to those restaurants where it's like, oh, the entree for this entree is like $60, and then the drink is like $25 for the wine, and the side dishes are all a la carte, so you have to pay for them separately. I've never been to like those really expensive, or one of those ones where like they have like a menu. It's like you get all you want for like $150, like a prefix kind of menu. I've never done anything like that. Let's see. What are you going to be for Halloween? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to really do, because there's trick or treating is banned this year in Los Angeles. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same in San Diego. I'm hopefully during Halloween I'll be away doing this one movie though. I'm hoping around that time. Chasing Amy. Yeah, Chasing Amy is a great movie. Favorite Broken Lizard film? Probably I don't know. I actually really, as much as I like Super Troopers, I also find Club Dread to be a really fun movie. What DVD stores what DVD are you sick of finding in the stores? Like one of the ones you see the most. It's like some really like ones you see a lot. Like you used to see Godzilla a lot, but like there's certain ones I can't even say offhand because you see them so much you just kind of forget about them. But there are so many ones where you see like again and again and again. Like I guess probably like the Transformers movies, Harry Potter movies, like some of those ones that are ones you always like you come across all the time. Have you ever met Alex Vincent? Yeah, I talked to him at a convention. Who is the most attractive actor in your opinion? When it comes to like actor, if you mean like actor or actresses, like for actors, like somebody like I guess Kristen Slater or somebody like that. Do you like the TV show Airline? Is that the one about like it's set in an airline, like people flying and stuff like that? I think that's what that was. Thoughts on Godsend horror film? Is that the one? I think that's the Robert De Niro one. I remember that being okay. Watch Swamp Ape on Amazon Prime. Yeah, I have to look that one up. I believe I've heard of that one. I sent you a message on your Instagram a while ago to let you know, just let you know you might want to. I'm just talking movies. Laugh about how come you can do an impression? How come when you do an impression you close your eyes? I don't know. I don't know why I do that. Maybe it's me like trying to get into the character of it or something. It's like Steve-O dude. I don't know why I do that. Did you watch Bone Snatcher? I think so. Um, do you really like the 13th Floor and Gattaca? Gattaca is that's a great movie. Do you like Smoky Bone Restaurant? I've never been there. Twilight is donated or dumped most in my area. Oh yeah, Twilight. You see Twilight a lot. Have you seen Our House? I've not seen that one yet. Is Alex Vincent a jerk? When I met him, he seemed like a nice guy. He didn't want to do an interview though. He's like, no interviews, no video interviews. He's like, he didn't want to do that though. Have you seen the movie Gary Oldman plays a little person plays a dwarf? No, I have not seen with Gary Oldman. No, I don't know that. I think I heard of that one, but I don't remember that one. Have you seen Wait Until Dark? I think so. I've seen Alone in the Dark. I don't know if I've seen Wait in the Dark. Have you ever seen Don't Say a Word with Michael Douglas and Brittany Murphy? Yeah, that's a great movie. Do you collect toys? Yeah, I haven't bought toys in a really long time. Like actively bought a lot of toys, but I do have a decent amount of them. But anyway, though, guys, I've been on here now just about an hour and a half. It's 1:30. I still have to go and eat. But thanks so much, guys, for coming on. And I will be going live, too, on Sunday. So thanks again, guys, for the support and everything. And also be sure to check out the links below for the Indiegogos and stuff like that for the Christmas slasher film and then the Macabre. And you guys can go on there and they have like pre-orders for the films on DVD and like signed copies and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, though, guys, thanks so much for watching, subscribing, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.